Hello, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. My name is Jessica and this is my January 2023 TBR. My TBR videos are pared back a little bit this year, and they primarily look at the books that I'm going to read for book clubs and such, because I would really like to keep my my reading schedule pretty open for mood reading. Please excuse my parakeets, Frida and Diego. They like to join me in these videos. They will be moved at some point this month so that they're not so loud in my videos. So sit tight, it won't be long now. 15 more days or so, and they'll be in their own separate space. Okay, first is Mother Thing by Ainsley Hogarth. This is for Elizabeth from ReadingWryly's book club. I'm completely blanking on the name of her book club, but it's a brand new book club hosted by Elizabeth from ReadingWryly, and she's amazing. She reads primarily like horror and thrillers and psychological literary works. So this is their January pick for that book club. And I will just read you the back because I don't know what any of these book club picks are about. I just know that I love the book clubs and want to support them and participate, so I grabbed them. When Ralph and Abby Lamb move in with Ralph's mother, Laura, Abby hopes it's just what she and her mother-in-law need to finally connect. After a traumatic childhood, Abby is desperate for a mother figure, especially now that she and Ralph are trying to become parents themselves. Abby just has so much love to give to Ralph, to Laura, and to Mrs. Bondi, her favorite resident at the long-term care home where she works. But Laura isn't interested in bonding with her daughter-in-law. She's venomous and cruel, especially to Abby, and life with her is hellish. Aww. When Laura takes her own life, that's not a spoiler, it's on the back of the book. When Laura takes her own life, her ghost starts to haunt Abby and Ralph in very different ways. Ralph is plunged into depression and Abby is terrorized by a force intent on destroying everything she loves. To make matters worse, Mrs. Bondi's daughter is threatening to move her from the care home, leaving Abby totally alone. With everything on the line, Abby comes up with a chilling plan that will allow her to keep Mrs. Bondi, rescue Ralph from his tortured mind, and break Laura's hold on the family for good. All it requires is a little ingenuity, a lot of determination, and a unique recipe for chicken a la king. That sounds so interesting. I'm looking forward to reading this. My plan, for reading, basically the first week of the month, I read all of my book club picks and get them out of the way, so then the rest of the month I can mood read. So this will be coming up in my vlog from the first week of January. Actually, all of these will. So here we go. Okay, the next three are all part of janagaton's communities, basically. She's got the Full Moon Book Club, and then she also runs the Patreon called The Lair, which I joined last year, and we're doing Somebody Reads in The Lair. So these are all connected to Miss Jan. So the first one is Horrid by Katrina Litto. This was the December pick for the Full Moon Book Club, but the live show for it's not until the first week of January. So I'm probably power through this really quick before the live show. Also, don't know entirely what this is supposed to be about. I started reading it last night, and I got about 16 pages in, and I'm enjoying it, but I just dove in completely blind to what it was about. So it says, following her father's death, Jane North Robinson and her mom, Ruth Ellen, moved from sunny California to the dreary, dilapidated old house in Maine where Ruth grew up. All they want is a fresh start, but behind North Manor's doors lurks a history that leaves them feeling more alone and more tortured. As the cold New England autumn arrives and Jane settles into her new home, she finds solace in old books and memories of her dad. She steadily begins making friends, but Jane also faces bullying and struggles to tamp down her own worst nature in response. Meanwhile, Ruth is spiraling with a return to her childhood home, but she won't reveal why. Then Jane discovers that the storage room Ruth has kept locked isn't for storage at all. It's a little girl's bedroom, left untouched for years and not quite as empty of inhabitants as it appears. I really like what I've read of it so far. Again, I'm about 16 pages in. It's giving me this Poison Heart vibes by Kaylin Byron. So we love that. The January pick for the Full Moon Book Club is Jackal by Erin E. Adams. Liz Rochester is coming home reluctantly. As a black woman, Liz doesn't exactly have fond memories of Johnstown, Pennsylvania, a predominantly white town. Liz has grown, though. She can handle herself. Plus, her best friend is getting married, so she braces herself for a weekend of awkward, passive-aggressive reunions. But she wasn't expecting that on the night of the wedding, somewhere between dancing and dessert, the newlywed's daughter, Caroline, would disappear, leaving behind only a piece of white fabric covered in blood. As a frantic search begins with the police combing the nearby woods for Caroline, Liz is the only one who notices a pattern. A summer night, a missing girl, a party in the woods. She's been through this before. Keisha Woodson, the only other black girl in Liz's high school, walked into the woods with a mysterious man and was later found with her chest cavity ripped open and heart removed. Liz still shudders at the thought that it might have been her, and now with Caroline missing, she's sure that it's not a coincidence. That sounds amazing, actually. Very excited for this. And then the last book that I'll mention here is a BookTube darling, and it's a buddy read that we're doing at the Lair. We're reading through all of Sarah J. Maas's works in publication order, kind of. So, Throne of Glass. I'll be starting that read by reading Throne of Glass. And I feel like this is, everybody knows what this is. This is a YA fantasy. I'm not even going to read, do I need to read The Dust Jacket? I feel like I don't need to. I'm not going to. BookTube knows this book. Those are the books that I definitely plan on reading for January, and then I will mood read the rest of the month. What are you reading? Have you read any of these, or do you plan to read any of these? Are you in the Full Moon Book Club? Are you joining Liz's book club over at ReadingWryly? Let me know down below. If you just want to let me know that you're here, go ahead and leave the stack of books emoji. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!